finals in the past, for example, every single FUT Champions Cup we saw last year, Xbox always came out on top as the winner. Whether it was Dolomite, whether it was Dasari, or whether it was Tex, it was always the Xbox console that came out on top. But here we go. After 3 long days of action, we are now in our grand final. $50,000 up for grabs, and a chance to call yourself a champion and to get your name on that FUT Champions Cup. 2 legs of FIFA, as promised. We will be kicking it off on the Xbox first. NRaseck in that Team Vitality kit from left to right, up against Qlash in the Spanish strip from right to left.
And again, very similar to Tex in the console semi-final, it's going to be about the early start from Razek. If he can stamp his authority on the game in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, I think he'll be in a great position to potentially take this series and take the trophy. Well, the one thing we've seen about Qlash, he's relentless in the way that he'll play. He's almost perfected the basics at such an early stage as well in FIFA 20. He's only lost, you say, on land to 1 player, and that's for Filza. He's unbeaten in this tournament. He lost in Swiss and in the semi-finals in the last FUT Champions Cup.
And that's a mistake straight away. R9 could be off. Look at the overlapping run of Eusebio. He's going to pick up. This could be dangerous. NRaseck save from Allison. Warning shots already fired by NRaseck. Qlash Crazy's goal, that's going to fall back to him again as well. Van Dijk couldn't find that ball through to Vieira. This is promising signs from the German.
Great start, Allison with a big save, but look at that gap in between the fullback and the centre half.
Ronaldo, his arcing his run into the box as well. Neymar, a few ball rolls in there just to try and delay the cross. Delayed it too much though, as Carlos Alberto just picked up the pieces. A word on what you were saying there, Richard. A fantastic stat so far we've seen in the FIFA 20 Global Series. Qlash only losing to 1 player on a LAN at a live event, and that is for Filza. Other than that, he has been ruthless. 5-0 in Swiss in this tournament, been able to score 28 goals, only conceding 13 throughout groups and knockouts. Here's Razek.
And you see Razek, the way that he's just playing right now, I feel as though in the console final, I think the thoughts of, I'm here again, this is where I've fallen at previous tournaments, this is where I've almost hit the mental wall, I think that came into effect a little bit, because the attacking flow that it was playing with, the confidence in the final third, the dragbacks, the skill moves that he was used against Tex to such good effect, they were in that game against Vinny. And he seemed quite tentative, and having to come from a losing position showed the mettle that this man has. And now he's over that barrier. He's conquered the console final. This is his moment, a lot of people are saying, in his way.
We're not being
an unbeaten player.
You know, kind of saying that Qlash Crazy is going to win the tournament, but when you've just beaten Tex, and the first thing that Tex comes and says to you after is, this is your tournament, go and win it. He tweeted out as well.
And Dasari, he beat Dasari in the quarterfinals.
I really feel like NRaseck, we've said it so many times, he's one of the most consistent players on Xbox, making it into knockout stages. He's been in console finals before. He's rarely been in a cross-console final. For him to win a trophy, it'll be massive for him. Let's not forget though, Qlash Crazy, there is something about Italian FIFA players when it comes to big tournaments. You think back to Principe in 2017. Don't know what's happened there.
Trying to hit him with a El Tornado. I'm getting flashbacks to FIFA 19. Yeah, talk about Principe, Fabio Danuzzo in the big moment. Never forget the goal to send him through to the FIFA 18 FEWC Grand Finals.
See Dagnolf as well, winning that LQE cross-console final in Atlanta last year. There's not a handful of Italian players, but there's
the ones that there are, they definitely make some noise on the global scene.
This will be NRaseck again. He's been knocking on the door of Qlash Crazy. Unfortunately, hasn't had an answer as of yet, but that won't stop him. That would have been interesting to see that goal going from Arna, from CR7, I should say. With the flick up, we've seen him go in with the right boot. Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it's just that level of unpredictability we've just seen from Qlash Crazy over these 3 days. In general, quite an unpredictable tournament.
Yeah, nobody really would have put money on this.
Let's be honest. My pick, your pick, Dan's pick, Mark's pick, for commentators' picks for this tournament, we've all been wrong.
Some more wrong than others. In Brandon's pick of Stefano Pina.
Let's not talk about it. I did back Stefano Pina, unfortunately went out in the groups. We had words though. He said, I won't let you down next time.
Back stronger.
He said, I'm not going to let you down next time. I think the key thing we took as well from this tournament, Richard, was the fact that Maestro did get knocked out by Qlash Crazy in the knockout stage. It was yesterday in the quarterfinals. And Maestro had nothing but respect for his opponent. He said, you know what? He's a fantastic FIFA player at the moment. And when you get in that type of respect from a top 4 E-World Cup Grand Finalist, you know this man must be a fantastic FIFA player. NRaseck's just trying to build up into a move. Back to goal. This is nice. Can he find Johan Cruyff? Unfortunately, he can't.
Euro must be the real deal as well. It's not just a phase. It's not just a fad for Qlash Gamer. It wasn't a fluke for him. As we do come into half-time here, nothing really to write home about at the interval.
I know you can't look too much into, you know, the two consoles other than the controller feel. Obviously, the Xbox controller being a little bit bigger than the PlayStation controller. But you have to feel like NRaseck has to get something out of this game to take over to the PlayStation. I feel like he just needs a goal or two. If Qlash Crazy can get out of this at a 0-0, he's probably laughing.
You saw the stats at half-time there as well. Qlash Crazy yet to register a shot on target. I think 3 shots, 2 on target for the German at the interval at half-time. Usually in these cross-console finals, we see pretty one-sided games, I think it's safe to say. Thinking back to Desari versus Maestro at FUT Cup 6, Tex versus Houston, FUT Cup 5 in Singapore, Atlanta, Tex versus Tuga.
One of the stats that does impress me as well about Qlash Crazy, 5 out of the 9 matches he's played across the 3 days, he's only conceded 1 goal over the 2 legs. Doesn't concede many goals, this guy. One of the best defensive players we've seen all weekend long, only conceding 13 goals. It's a stat can't really be argued with. Can he show the defensive capability in this one, though? A match that's worth so much, $50,000. We must talk about it. A life-changing amount of money for winning one of these majors. There's still 4 more of them to come throughout the global series, but more than that, to make your mark and get your name on the FUT Champions Cup. It's there for good. Rocky did it in FIFA 17. We might not have seen him for a while, but he's the first name on that trophy.
You could also say as well, looking further into the season, Qlash Crazy's probably already done himself enough to make grand finals at the end of the year.
I did speak to him after the console final and said, do you think you've done enough for the grand finals? He went, you know what, maybe if 1 or 2 more tournament appearances, I would comfortably say I'm there. Last year we saw how tight it was towards the end of the year. The likes of Abinio just scraping on the Xbox. NRaseck still yet to find a goal in this matchup on his home console. We are on the Xbox console first. You can just see how Van Dijk was pulled out there. Another day, that ball falls through and R9's in a one-on-one.
Saw the offside trap there in the bottom right corner as well. Flicked on from NRaseck. Trying to squeeze his plays forward and limit the gaps, but you see that gap in behind for Crazy Qlash to exploit.
Into the last 30 minutes, and it will be over on the PlayStation leg to conclude this cross-console final. If Qlash can get something out of this, Cristiano Ronaldo!
The man that you put the money on to score in the big occasion right there. Letting Qlash Crazy down. Substitutions being entered here onto the pitch for NRaseck. I think I saw Mbappe coming on at that right cam position. We'll wait to see the full effect of the substitutions when we do get underway. But what a chance that is for CR7. The only thing that you'd be saying why that's gone wide is because it's on his left foot.
I mean, that is really the only critical thing you could say. Then that's when you start to open the debate of, imagine if R9 was in that position. Imagine if you had a Cruyff or a Eusebio in that position, which, you know, if it was on their weak foot, I'm saying there's a good chance that's flying to the back of the net. Did very well in the first place to even open up that pocket of space. But you ask the question and you say, you know, that is Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a 90-plus player. You would expect in those kind of areas to be doing something. It's going to be a triple substitution for both players, it seems. Obviously, we were looking at the POV of NRaseck. We'll see the changes from Qlash Crazy shortly as well. If you have to just join us, this is the cross-console grand final. It's the German NRaseck against the Italian Qlash Crazy, who is still yet to lose in this tournament. 5-0 in Swiss, and since that game is not looked back once. 20 minutes left. NRaseck, can he find a way through? Eusebio into Messi now. Don't let him get on that left foot. I'm sure he'll be predicting the shot off it as well. Messi toying with 1-2 players. Bullock's just jockeying him, and he's going to jockey very well. He's going to fall back though. Drag back with no exit. Not once, but twice.
But again, the resolute defending, the quite patient defending, you've got to say, for Crazy. Not biting on the drag backs, holding firm.
Lovely heel-to-heel from Eusebio. Can Messi get on the end of it? Van Dijk once again. Just dominating that defensive third, as he's done all weekend long. Standout player for me. In at the back. I'd love to see how many goals he's prevented over the weekend. Even chances. Look at R9, he's peeling off. Just see Maldini trying to follow him. It's going to fall into R9 though. There's the drag back. Surely a goal for Razzak. And he will finally have a breakthrough just 10 minutes before the game ends. And I'm sure for him, a huge relief in this cross-console final.
It was needed as well. You said he's peeling off originally. He had to wait. He couldn't play it straight away because it would just been simply intercepted. And the drag back was what made the goal. Really smart play, moving it onto his left foot. He knows that he can go on either side, and the problem was with Crazy on that occasion, who are moving his goalkeeper in. With goalkeeper movement in FIFA 20, if you are moving it as the shot comes in, 95, 96% of the chance of the time, keeper's just not going to save it.
We could have an here.
Didn't need to turn back.
Plus, about to have a reply there from Messi. Didn't need to turn back, did he? He was through.
Yeah, we're going to hit him straight away from kickoff was Qlash Crazy, but just a little bit too neat, you'd say, with the constant turning with the left boot. But as I was saying, with the goalkeeper movement, if you're moving your goalkeeper as a shot comes in, the chances are you're not saving it.
It's a great ball all the way over. Easy day for Alisson. Don't think that NRaseck's going to sit off now. He'll want a second, if not a third, going into this second leg. He'll want to make it as easy as possible. Especially for him, going in an unfamiliar position on his PlayStation. His away console. I don't know how these cross-console final works. It's a leg on each respective console from both of these players. You are looking as well at the best two players out of the 64 that did arrive. Probably Thursday night here in Bucharest. Who had hopes of making it through to day 3 or trying to make a name for themselves. These were the two players that were able to do that.
And this is exactly how Razzak finished the game against Tex as well. He just kept hold of the ball in the first leg. He didn't need to kill the game off. He felt as though he had a good opportunity in the second leg to score more goals. But the most important thing was not releasing the ball. Not letting the ball turn over in possession.
Here's Eusebio now. Again, R9 just looking for the scraps on that. Unfortunately, there's going to be no scraps from him, and that will be leg one concluded from this cross-console final. NRaseck with a very slight advantage. This is time to see out one leg of FIFA and to become a champion.
Well, hear what Tex said. He said, this is your opportunity, this is your tournament. He slayed Tex, he slayed Desari. And the one man in front of him has been the invincible, unbeatable, crazy gamer representing Team Qlash.
As we said, he doesn't really concede goals. You can see the average there, 1.4 goals a game. He does concede. Just one little change there with the cameras. I'm sure he's obviously in on a different console now. For NRaseck, he wants to be ready. Wants to make sure the controllers are all good for him as well. He is leading by a goal to nil, though. He will move over to PlayStation now. We're on a PlayStation game. And this is time for Qlash Crazy to make the all-important turnaround. And if he can do it, he'll be $50,000 richer and will be the first ever Italian name on that FUT Champions Cup. And I'm sure it will be welcomed very much well by the Italian community.
Oh, 100%. Fascinating game. Don't know which way it's going to go. This is what competitive FIFA is all about at the top level.
Strap yourselves in for 90 more minutes of competitive FIFA, in which we will be 100% crowning a new FUT Champions Cup winner. He'll be the 5th name to be on that trophy. Early chance as well for R9. Everyone's taken a deflection. As I said, 5th name on the trophy, joining some of the greats from the scene, such as Rocky, MS Desari, Tex, Dullen Mike. And that 5th name beat Qlash Crazy or NRaseck. At the moment, 1-0 on the aggregate scoreline after an impressive first leg from the German, who's kicking in this red strip from right to left in this first half. Of course, up against Qlash Crazy in the Italian strip. Proud Italian FIFA player. It's all to do for him, though. He's been impressive in knockouts. He's been impressive over the 3 days. Can NRaseck hold on to this lead? I don't think one goal will definitely be the final scoreline. We are going to see goals in this game. R9 he's actually found a bit of space as well. Does so well to get past Maldini. Tried to cut back inside to Eusebio. By that point, though, the ball was well away from the man.
Love the Elastico to try and open up the gap. Just solid bit of defending from Maldini. Didn't go to ground, didn't commit to the tackle, and just held off. Waited for NRaseck to sort of relinquish possession on his own. That's pretty fortunate, the rebound.
Does get bullied as well. Interesting to see both players happy to back Roberto Carlos in a left back as well.
And maybe that could be the start of a new trend. We've often seen Zambrotta, but quite a interesting fact that both players using Roberto Carlos, who have made it into the cross-console final.
And also, as a player, didn't really get touched last year as well. We know
Which weren't tall enough. Last year was so heading orientated that you had to have tall fullbacks.
Eusebio has found that ball into R9. Fake shot into the finish. NRaseck, superb in the final third once again. And you can just see that goal has kind of taken the wind out of him. We didn't expect to go 1-0 up in this second leg. He now leads by 2 goals to nil, and he really is in pole position to go and win this tournament.
I don't think I've ever seen a more aggressive man.
Jimmy's gone.
Jimmy's watching this game. Everybody has left their positions in Bucharest. I was about to say, I don't think I've ever seen a man aggressively drink water like that. His hands were shaking. He knows how big of a goal that is.
Well, he came and joined us on the couch yesterday after he beat Desari, and I kid you not, he was shaking with answering the questions next to me and Kyle, because it was, he's knocking out some huge names here from the Xbox. He took out Desari, he took out Tex today. Had to play against NSE Vidi in the console final, and now he's 2-0 up in this aggregate scoreline on his away console.
Lovely fake shot to open up the space as well inside the box there. The composure to be able to shift the ball quickly and then get the shot off straight away on that right foot.
It's all to do now for the Italian. As we said coming into this game, he did look really composed. It looked like he was enjoying himself, maybe a little bit too much. Yet to drop a game.
Is the writing on the wall for NRaseck to finally win the FUT Champions Cup, or is Qlash Crazy gonna surprise us once again and perform an unbelievable comeback here?
Carlos Alberto now on this right-hand side. You feel like if he gets a third, that name starts to get engraved on the trophy. Could this be the chance for him? Allison keeping Qlash Crazy in this matchup.
It's going to be a free kick. Expect it short here.
It's 3 men over it. 9 just a play to Roberto Carlos. We won't be seeing a trademark Roberto Carlos for a while.
Not until the game's finished.
I would pay to see it. It's a mistake like that, it could really cost you this matchup. He's got acres of space. Carlos, from being involved in that free kick, is completely out of position. Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, that's why Vieira's in there. You could just see that nod from NRaseck.
And it's the individual battles that are won for either player, whether it's NRaseck or Qlash Crazy, that do fill you with confidence. Sometimes it's less about the goals and more about winning the one-on-ones, getting the last-ditch tackle. Sometimes when you'll go to a football match and you see your centre mid absolutely crunch someone out wide and get the ball and it's a big tackle, what happens? All the fans, they get riled up for it. It's the exact same on FIFA. If you get back and you perform an unbelievable tackle, or your keeper pulls out a worldy save that you didn't think was going to happen, that fills you with this sort of adrenaline where you're like, yeah, my players are up for it, I'm up for it. Let's win this game.
He's forced to pause. From Qlash Crazy there. We jump straight back into the matchup again with a free kick. This time, Roberto Carlos will not be caught out of position. Not like he was going to play that short. It's exactly what he did to Laurent Blanc. Looks like the back line will be Roberto Carlos, Patrick Vieira partnered up with a fellow Frenchman in Laurent Blanc, and Carlos Alberto out on the right-hand side. Maybe that's the winning formula. Players might follow for FUT Champs Cup 3. Could this be a chance for free for NRaseck? Just held off with Qlash Crazy, and that was enough. Deflection out for a corner. This one's played short, and it will be Johan Cruyff. Doesn't know which way he wants to go, left or right. Superb stuff from him. Unfortunately, just runs it off the field, though. Need to see a goal. Or at least a chance from Qlash Crazy. If he can get one just before half-time, he would set up a really exciting second half.
You saw him using R1 there just to bring his players closer to the ball. Trying everything here is Qlash Crazy. Just get a shot on target.
R9, which way is he going to go? That's the way he'll go. And Yashin will match it up. Ball straight into the box, cleared away.
Wasteful.
That's 5 icon players there as well. At the back, including the goalkeeper for NRaseck.
Yeah, you got Virgil van Dijk as well in there. Ever present. We were talking about some of the players of the tournament earlier. You're putting Laurent Blanc up there. I think Virgil had to get a shout as well.
Oh, he's just been so impressive, hasn't he, the Dutchman?
CR7 as well in the clutch moments going forward.
Seen that near post finish as well. Come out a few times for the likes of Messi and Neymar. Half time, and NRaseck is 45 in-game FIFA minutes, Richard, away from picking up a trophy.
Possession dominant for NRaseck with only 60%, but the more important stat on the screen right there, 97% passing accuracy.
He did it against Tex. Over 2 legs, let's not forget.
Yeah, 96%. He's not wasting the ball when he gets it. Every single time he gets the ball, a shot is being the ending, the result of the play.
He really
Honestly.
has been amazing. He's been so good, NRaseck, and you know, it sounds like, you know, we're just blowing his trumpet and saying, you know, how good he is being, but again, he's winning in his away console. It's a player that we're still 45 minutes away from, but this has been bubbling for a few seasons now. For him to go and win a major, to go and get into a cross-console final, to go and prove his worth to an organisation out there. Because he makes grand finals, he makes knockout stages, and he has to be in that top 5, top 10 most consistent Xbox players we've probably ever seen ever since the Global Series has existed.
I'm just trying to think back as well to through time at free agents that have won FUT Champions Cup. You'll probably be the first free agent since Tex in Barcelona to have won a FUT Champions Cup.
That would be correct. That was back in FIFA 18 in Barcelona. And that is the beauty of FUT Champions Cups, the stories that they bring, the personalities that are created,
the opportunities that arise for people to shoot themselves into stardom.
And that's exactly what NRaseck could do if he's able to hold on to this. Qlash Crazy, there's still plenty of time. We just need to see something going forward because NRaseck has not let go of the ball. 69% possession at half-time, 97% passing accuracy. Incredible. And he's still not letting go of the ball either. It's going to start to frustrate Crazy, I'm sure. Naturally, he's going to start to press as high as he can. You can just see Neymar just tugging away, trying to pull the shirt of Carlos Alberto.
Happy to go back to the goalkeeper. Great composure on the ball there to play out with a gap, as well as Qlash implemented a fantastic press onto him. You can still see it in full effect there. Hullet Vieira chasing impacts.
Just seems to always find
the
a gap,
gaps are opening.
Always seems to find a gap, and watch that run of R9. Van Dijk's going to try and chase it, but he's not going to play that ball. He'll be patient with it. He does not want to give away possession. And why would he? Again, a risky pass is going to work out for him. Yes, it will. Messi will be through. That's Pele trying to trap back, and Pele doing the defensive duties as well. And that, just that moment there, Pele running back and doing enough, has meant that Qlash Crazy has needed to make a pause. Once again, he will win the ball back. Get rid of it, though, because Messi's going to add the press on. This could be a chance for Qlash Crazy. Has to score it!
What a save, Yashin! Oh, my giddy aunt. How on earth has he saved that?
That there is a championship-winning save potentially in this matchup.
I talked about the little moments that fill you with adrenaline as a player. Seeing Lev Yashin pull out heroics like that will be the thing that start you on the thought of, I'm going to win this. This is my trophy. My keeper don't make saves like that. That doesn't happen every single day. You have to see the replay of that save.
You wonder the changes that Qlash Crazy is making right now. We've been able to see the changes that NRaseck has wanted to make. You can just see a very small change in his custom tactics, as you would expect. A little bit more defensive. He wants to see out this matchup. Ronaldo will come off. That's CR7. And some fresh legs will be introduced. It will be a corner for Qlash Crazy. Just under 30 minutes left of our cross-console final. You can just see at the back of Qlash Crazy that FUT Champions Cup shining with all its glory. And at the moment, NRaseck will be picking up. Weird touch there from Vieira. Looked like he was ice skating.
Yeah, slid across the box, didn't he?
Last time I checked, it wasn't raining on the pitch. Even though he is winning this game, I'm telling you, he'll still be looking for another goal, NRaseck, just to put this game to bed. Little tackles like that won't go his way. Roberto Carlos that time just biting into the foul. It's all going to work in his favour. It's expected play short. Carlos Alberto can even dummy it and still have time to pick up the ball. Look at the space for Mbappe. Look at the back post as well for Messi.
For a second, I thought that was going to bounce off Roberto Carlos and potentially end up anywhere bouncing around the box like a hot potato, but seems to be the story of the game. I seem to be repeating myself. NRaseck winning the ball high up the pitch and turning the screw in the attacking third.
Mbappe tucks out two players, Maldini and Carlos Alberto. Into Hullet. Could this be the match winner? R9. So close to making that free for Razek.
Just inches from finding the top corner there.
And Jurgen Klopp even making his face known in this grand final.
Another change here coming out from NRaseck. Drop back onto one depth drop back.
No messing about from this man.
Neymar coming on at central cam as well. Get the men behind the ball and defend my trophy. That is what he's saying right now. He's 20 minutes away from lifting his first ever FUT Champions Cup. On the other side of that, I can guarantee you Qlash Crazy will have made attacking changes. He'll be on constant pressure and he will be looking to spoil the party for all the German pros and German players and German fans out there.
He just needs two chances, two perfect chances, but that's easy to say when NRaseck is playing as good as he is. Mbappe will be through if he wants to play him. Hullet does lose out on possession, only for a second though. "15 minutes left. Can he find just a goal to bring him a little bit of hope? If Eusebio gets round him the right side, Pele's through. There's so many if and buts I could say.
It's about the definites at this moment.
And the only definite we are close to saying is NRaseck being your champion. He's 2-0 up. There's 10 minutes left. He'll be watching that clock just tick down every single second. We are close to crowning the new champion. The 5th name to be engraved onto that FUT Champions Cup. The 2nd German player as well to ever do so. Maybe it is backing up the point of that German community, the ones that always seem to make events. They won an E-World Cup.
Hold the phone.
Just a few months ago.
That had to go in. Had to go in for Pele right there. As it just squandered and squirmed over the top of the crossbar.
Shake of the head from Qlash Crazy. Has won the ball back again though. This is the chance. Has to feed it into Messi. Doesn't want to instead. Keeps it with R9 but kept it for a little bit too long. We really are into the dire moments of this matchup now. $50,000 into your back pocket for NRaseck. That check will be starting to be wrote right now. And it'll be his name on the trophy. He'll move up to 2nd in the global series ranking. Will not take over Tex. He might have beaten him. It'll be chasing him all season long. Nodded from him as well. He knows he's done enough. And maybe it is finally time for this man to realise how good he is. Neymar dragged back into the finish. No, ricochets off the post. Referee, bring this game to a halt. NRaseck should be a champion. We're waiting for the final whistle. Headsets off. He knows what he has just achieved, Richard Buckley. Referee, blow up for full time. NRaseck congratulations. You are the FUT Champions Cup champion here in Bucharest for stage 2. And it's thoroughly deserved.
The culmination of 3 years of nearlies, of close shaves. NRaseck finally gets his hands on a FUT Champions Cup and finally is the man.
Is he finally the bride? That's the big question.
I mean, he could be, could be indeed, but he's the man to beat right now. There's no fluke about it. He beat Tex, he beat Desari. He was 4-1 in Swiss. He had an unbelievable